Hello, this is a target market list slash buyers list for NAICS code 236220 for commercial and institutional building construction for Georgia in 2022. That was a mouthful, sorry. Okay, my name is Elijah. My company is WH Solutionz. I help businesses market themselves to the federal government. I help through business development, capture management, and strategic planning for your business to win government contracts only in the federal marketplace. This list is a soft buyers list slash target market list. This will tell you where to market your business, who has the money, who's buying what you're selling. Okay, so first I'll explain to you, all of this. Column A is your agency. That's the agency that is buying your services. I have that highlighted in yellow. Column B, column B is the PSC code description. It's basically like this code right here, like this next code, but it's more narrowed down to actually what you do or what the solicitation was about or the contract was about. You can research it more once you research the actual contract, but this gives you a good description of what the contract actually was about. The excuse me, this code right here is more or less the industry code, so to speak. So that's column B. Column C is the actual entity state, which means the company that gets the prime contractor that has the contract, the state in which they are registered. So in the federal marketplace, if you don't already know, you don't have to be in the same state like state and locals. Some are state and local contracts. You have to be from that state. In the federal market, you can work anywhere. It doesn't matter if you're from the state or not. So what I like to do is highlight companies that are coming into the state that I'm researching, which is Georgia, that are getting contracts that are not from Georgia. So I don't highlight them all because this is just for promotional purposes. And this is a soft target market list. A paid for, a retained for target market list will show you a lot more information on here. But this will get you in the right direction. This will help you to point your strategies in the right direction. At least you are not shooting blind. So the last column is column D. This is how much money that was in that contract. This is how much that contract award was worth. This is how much they paid for the prime contractor to do the services or for products. Excuse my voice and clearing my throat, just to give you a warning because the pollen in Georgia is killing me. It just started about 2 weeks ago, and it is killing me right now. And I generally don't get affected by it, but if you hear me clear my throat a lot, just like now, it's because of the pollen. It creeps up on you in your sleep while you sleep at night. So, anyways, just follow along. This is a target market list, a soft target market list or buyers list for commercial and institutional building construction. So if this is your NAICS code and one of your NAICS code, this is going to tell you where you need to market your business. So agricultural research services, this is one of them. I keep these highlighted in yellow. And it lets you know that people in Georgia, companies in Georgia are really working this section out, working the agricultural research agency. They spent a total of $2 million in 2022. And they had what is this about? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 six different contracts coming out, and look at what they're for. Refrigeration repair, air conditioning, like some HVAC type stuff, alteration of office buildings, some renovation type stuff, upgrades, or whatever they're doing. If this is something you can do, this is lets you know. Of course, you have to go research the contract and see exactly what that solicitation was, but it gives you a good idea. So let's see, architect and engineering, construction and parking facilities. Let's see what this one. This came from Texas, and they got $9 million. Wow, they built a construction. They built a office building for $9 million. Wow. So there are a lot of things you can take out of this, but just a few to point your direction to is that this company who got this $9 million contract, you don't think they have about 90 to 100,000 to 200,000 they can give to a small micro business to subcontract for, to do some work for? You think they don't have any subcontracting work, and they're all the way from Texas? Logistically speaking, they could use some subcontractors to do some of this work. How do you market to them? How do you get to this company? So this is with the CDC. This is their agency that's giving this work out. Let's see how much they did for 2022. They did 15 million, almost 16. And look at all these companies that come in from out of state. I don't even have them all marked off, but just a few of them with this amount of money. I got the money marked off, not necessarily the ones that didn't have any, that don't have any money beside them. Excuse me. But just see, if you're in Georgia and you do any of these services right here, you can repair, you can build stuff. What is this? Repair, alteration of restoration of real property, logistics. Well, not logistics support, but just notice some of these things. If this sounds like something that you can do, and you see how much money they spent, you don't have to be a prime contractor to be successful in the business, in the federal market. You can be a subcontractor and still make millions of dollars and be very successful in money in your revenue. So I just scroll down, and as you'll see, the yellow means the agencies, and I still mark some of these PSC codes for yellow, because this is just to describe to you just for you to notice that, hey, this is about this, and this is the agency. The red and the green are kind of like, they have their own meaning, of course. Being that it's one is that the red is meaning that they're not from the state that you're researching, and the green is for the money, of course. So I'll just go down this, and you can watch these videos at your leisure and pause them and play them and find out if this is something that find out which agency best fits you. Now, I would say that if you are a new company, as a prime, I wouldn't necessarily start in the Army or in the DOD, because they are very strict, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you want to come at this very strategic, because you don't want to look bad with the federal market, with the federal agencies, with these contracting officers, because your name will spread, your company name will spread, and they will know who you are, and they will know that, hey, they'll research you. Matter of fact, if you've been a prime contractor, and they do score and rate you. As a matter of fact, I forgot the acronym, but they do rate you. You do get a report card, and everyone can look up your report card and tell whether or not you did a good job on a project. So just be mindful of that. It's best that if you start subcontracting and build up past performance, which is so good to do, and two, to learn the business, to learn how to work with the federal government, to learn how they do business. Um, what agency was this? This was what agency is this? Oh, this is the Army. Okay. So the Army did quite a bit, and I know some of you may be looking like, "Oh, I want to be the prime. I want to be prime," but trust me, it's so much work. Look how much. Look, let's see. Let's see how much this was. How much was this? This was this. I mean, this list goes on for a long time in the Army. They spent $309 million in 2022 for this particular, just for this next code. There is money in here for you. There is plenty of money to go around. You can work on multiple projects for different companies, depending on how much you can stretch yourself. But it's it's too much money for you not to be able to procure or get or subcontract. Look at this. Look at this company. They came from California, and they got $110 million contract, almost 111. You mean to tell me you can't help them build whatever this is, construction and miscellaneous building? You can't help them build that, and none of them are from Georgia. Look at all that money. It's almost $1 million a project. Well, here's a $500,000 for Alabama, but this just shows you the opportunities in the federal market. And I'm not even highlighting everything, but you can slow this down. You can speed it up. You don't have to pay attention to my my highlighted marks, because people can highlight different things for what they know about their business. So say for instance, they only do repairs and alterations of radar and navigational facilities. So they'll just go through and look for those projects, or just construction and renovation. They'll just go in and look for those projects. So you don't have to pay attention to mines. Just pay attention to the agency and really the number, how much they're spending. That's going to tell you what agency you want to start with. So you'll pick a few agencies and you'll streamline to them and target them and only market to them. Don't just spread marketing all over, because not everybody buys the same way. Not everybody in the agency, not every agency buys in the same way. So they may use a contracting vehicle to buy all of their products, but you won't know that until you contact that agency and you follow up with them. Excuse me again, the pollen is killing me. So you'll know who to follow up with that agency, but I got lost for words, but you won't know who to market to if you don't know what agency. So you don't, like I said, you don't want to just throw your marketing budget to anyone, to any agency. The Forest Services did pretty well. Well, they just had a bunch of quite a bit, and they do that well, but they had quite a bit of contracts. It seemed like they did some pipe tube, rigid tubing. I'm not sure what type of work that is. It's something in construction, but anyways, National Park Services, you can reach out to them. They did quite a few contracts. They did almost 2 million. They did do 2 million last year. So you just get them. You can kind of gauge with your business development team how much percentage of money they would like to try to obtain out of these agencies. how much can they get out of these agencies, out of $2 million, or out of let's say the full amount that they spent. So for instance, public building service, they spent $103 million last year. How much out of that would you like to get? How much would you like to try and get? Set a goal. Is it 10%, 15, 20, 30% out of this? $103 million of revenue for your company. So I didn't do a lot of the green on these, but again, this is for you to look at and to forgive me. I'm lost for words. My thoughts are going all over the place because I'm losing my voice and I'm coughing and all of that. And it's all because of the trees and the pollen and can't. We need a good rain. If you're in Georgia, you know what I'm talking about. So anyways, again, this is a soft target market list. My name is Elijah Whitehead. You can reach out to me. I'm on LinkedIn. I have a YouTube channel. Of course, you'll see this on the YouTube channel. And reach out to me if you need a government marketer, capture manager, a business developer, and we can get something going. Thank you again and have a good one.